Hello and welcome to Trellis Studio. My name is Sarah Golden. I'm VP of Climate Tech at Trellis Group, and I'm delighted to be joined today by Carla Peterman, who's Executive Vice President of Corporate Affairs and Chief Sustainability Officer at PG&E. Carla, welcome to Trellis Studio.
Hi, Sarah. Thanks for having me.
So to start out, can you tell me a little bit about what PG&E's climate goals are?
We are focused on having clean and resilient energy for all. And so from the greenhouse gas perspective, our goal is by 2040 to have a net zero energy system, carbon energy system on electric and gas. And that's 5 years before the state's goals. And as we're working towards this goal, it's really important that no one is left behind. And so that we're deploying clean infrastructure and clean energy in all communities, and especially with a focus on our disadvantaged communities. So for example, in our work on electric vehicles, we're very focused on making sure that we're supporting charging and infrastructure and grants in communities that historically have suffered from air pollution, for example, because you get the benefit of reducing greenhouse gases, but also the co-benefits of improving air quality.
Yeah, and I also know that this is, we're both located in California. California is the car state, and part of this plan is about accelerating electric vehicle adoption. So, what are you doing to make this a reality?
Well, you're right. We are at the epicenter of electric cars. In our service area, 1 in 7 electric vehicles in the US are in PG&E's service area. And we've got some counties where 1 out of every 3 or even almost 1 out of every 2 new cars purchased is an EV. So PG&E is focused on supporting EV adoption. We are focused on expanding chargers, helping to prepare the grid, and also educating customers about how to use electricity as a fuel. It is still a cheaper and cleaner and therefore more affordable option for our customers than fueling with gasoline.
Tell me a little bit more about this infrastructure point, because I know this is such a question that everybody has, how infrastructure is available, whether that seems like a huge decision people are looking at when they're looking at whether to get an electric car or not. So what's your strategy right now around the infrastructure?
So first and foremost, we're investing in the overall grid to make sure that it's got enough capacity to power electric vehicles. And then we've supported the adoption of chargers in workplaces and homes. We encourage our customers to get on certain rate designs so they can just plug in their garage. And then we're also working with big developers to make sure that charging is put in place, for example, in apartment buildings or just in public thoroughfares.
And going back to this accelerating the electric vehicle park, can you give me some examples of how PG&E is doing this?
Sure. So we're working with lots of fleet operators, for example. So we recently were able to participate in the groundbreaking of a new project in the Oakland Unified School District. So Oakland Unified is the first school district to have 100% electric school buses. And we were able to support this at PG&E as a part of our EV fleet program. So they've got 74 buses that are powered all on electricity. And not only do they run on electricity, but they're vehicle grid enabled, which means that when students aren't on these buses can serve as batteries providing energy to the grid. And so we were able to support that with helping with the site design, with also incentives for the chargers, and making sure the investments were in place on the grid side to make sure that the buses are able to run. So really exciting opportunity for our students in California.
I love that example. I love how many different pieces there are that we need to align with, like the vehicle to grid, the new opportunities that are opening up while we're doing this transition.
And I should mention, this is the partner here is Zoom, so which manages the bus fleet. So it's a real great example of like a public-private partnership with the school district, with the utility, and with the bus company.
Well, Carla, thank you so much for coming by Trellis Studio and chatting with me today. Always a pleasure to hear what you're working on.
Thanks, Sarah. Take care.